Hello and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights 2, where we're in Denzon's old... Actually, we never went into Dagon's room. That'll be interesting. I actually forgot Dagon had a separate room here. Small bed and everything. Let's actually check it out. Averyne's Amulet 8 exotic weapons. I don't think that's actually useful, but let's take it with us anyway. Okay, let's see. I forget. Yeah, it's. I kind of forgot the key to highlight things. It's been a while. So, anyways, yes, let's leave our old childhood home, or our foster home rather, and leave our own home village. Head on off towards, you know, the acting scene of the murder where everything happened. Actually, no, we're going to Port Llast first, which is a town near the scene of the murder, to do some questioning there. Because I think that will give us some more hints, clues and options as well. West Harbour Bridge. Did you really have to like put a big sign from it if it's just a bridge in West Harbour? Well, I guess they're very proud of their very little village. Fair enough on them, I guess. So we go past really sad Dagon. And off towards, yes, the world map. So walking. Nice little jog. Okay, so Port Llast is our destination, because yes, Ember's not on the map yet, so... Loading. Oh, and here we are.
Ah, here we are at last in the illustrious Port Llast. Watch your step. You might catch some of the local culture on your boot. By God, Sand, you don't need to. You hold your nose so high. It's a wonder you don't wear your hat on it. I don't even know what that means, my dear, but I'm sure as far as your local expressions go, it's quite quaint and charmingly ignorant.
Treat the locals with respect, and it's no less than they deserve until they prove otherwise.
We should find Ramonos as quickly as we can. If he can grant us access to Ember, and hopefully we can find some clues there. Asking some of the locals couldn't hurt either. After we speak with Aromos, of course. Agreed. Well, they may have seen something. As long as we use simple words, we may be able to get some information out of them. I'll try to sort through what we find as we discover it, but check with me if you are ever curious about all we gathered. I'll have a good sense of whether you have enough to bring to trial.
Thanks, I'm glad to have you along then.
It is the pleasure's all mine. As exceptional as my skills are, it's good to see them put to good use.
Hey, we got apparently sand like that. Oh, nice. Alright, so let's have a look around. Special deals only today. Let's look at. Come to see. Yes, can I? Well, sod you then if you don't show your goods. Ooh, these are actual blacksmiths. We can probably shop for them, but let's indeed go and talk with Ramos. Move along, citizen. Move along. Okay, let's head on in. And
I'm surprised you have the courage to show your face here. A lot of people here had friends in Ember. If they find out who you are...
I'm not responsible for what happened, and I'm here to clear my name.
You're free to conduct your business here, but you'll be watched. If you have questions, ask them now. I'm a busy man.
He's not very friendly indeed. So, can you tell me more about what exactly happened in Ember?
Innocents slaughtered. The village burned to the ground. All done by you. My only regret is that Ember falls under Luskan jurisdiction, not mine.
Why are you so certain it was me?
There was a witness to the attack. You were described in great detail.
I'd like to speak with the witnesses if possible.
Out of the question. She's been through enough. And besides, you won't like what she has to say.
I need to speak with all of the witnesses, no matter what they say about me.
Very well. You may question the witness, but you shall do it in my presence. Bring the girl here.
Yes, Captain.
Chandra? Chandra, is that you?
Ah, that helps.
Elaine, you survived. Thank the gods. Chandra! It was horrible. They butchered everyone.
Elaine, it's all right. Shh. Look, I brought people to help. We'll get to the bottom of this.
You! Chandra, it's him! Why would you bring him here?
Well, these devilish handsome looks can't really be, Is that a picture of Grobnar in the background? Looks a lot like him. Weird. Grobnar selling paintings of his visage everywhere. Though I think this picture is too handsome for him, and he has like the little soul patchy, which we have. Ooh, maybe it's us. I'm not responsible for what happened in Amber, I assure you.
I saw you murder those people.
No, Elaine, it's not true.
I know what I saw. They had no weapons. Some even surrendered. But he...
We're here to help you, not to hurt you.
That's right, Elaine. We're here to help, all right?
It was trade season, and the shipments into Ember had fallen off. I had decided to trade along the south roads. When I came back to Ember, I heard the screams and saw the smoke. I left my wagon and went into town. That's when I saw the bodies. I saw him kill the quartermaster while he was on his knees, begging for his life.
You saw this man here do the killing blow? And was it just him? And where did he...
Sand!
We don't have all year, girl. Nor do I have the patience when the trail of these killers grows colder.
There were others.
I mean, this is
but
important,
I didn't
yes.
see them closely. I ran as hard as I could to Port Llast, and they took me in. But you did do it.
Or someone that looked the part. There are many magics that can cloak one's appearance. Even allow one to change shape.
Yeah, that'll
I
make...
know what I saw.
In some ways, I imagine a magic in the world would make detective work really hard. Otherwise, in some cases, it would make things really easy, because since you can just, magically force someone to tell the truth, or magically just look back in time and space and just see what happened through scrying and the like. But at the same time, yes, you have illusions and the like, so maybe it's, counter. Maybe you have instead of a technical department of police force, you actually have like a magic department. So that makes sense. I'm sure there's actually fantasy books about that sort of thing. Don't you think it's possible it was someone disguised as me?
I suppose it's possible, but I don't know. I just don't know.
Thanks for considering it, at least.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you need from me?
Yeah, we are being very nice. Who else was there beside me? What are the others? Were any of my companions there?
You had about a dozen of your friends with you. But I don't recognize anyone with you now.
A dozen, you say? Interesting. Do go on.
I imagine Sand is just making like little notes there and everything. You didn't see a dwarf, a gnome, or a half-demon girl?
Well, no. I believe they were all human.
Well, considering that those two and the gnome account for at least half of us, that might seed some doubt.
Whoa! Maybe my demonic heritage will actually help us get out of this.
But you could have just hired others.
True.
Yes, my dear. But as your hesitation suggests, why would anyone do that when they have trusted allies who would follow one anywhere, despite their common sense? No offense.
How did you manage to actually also get that close to identify me?
I don't know. I just started running. I guess they didn't notice me.
You were lucky, Or perhaps they let you escape.
That's all I need to know. Thank you, Elaine.
I'm sorry to have put you through this, Elaine. Guard, please see that she reaches her quarters safely.
Listen to me. If we can get her to work for us, her story of tears will sway the court in our favor.
Elaine's not some tool, Sand. She's just survived the massacre of her town, which someone caused to get to us.
Girl, if we do not use your friend, the Luskins will, and they will use her testimony to kill our friend here. So, please dispense with your convenient morality. Either we use her or they do.
There's not so much use in everything anyway. Yeah, we're not giving the last one. But the first one, actually we are very considerate. Let's just go for more investigation. Don't have to make such maybe we need to put on them, maybe not. It's mostly things like, yeah. Let's actually ask more about
What brings you
Uranus.
before me?
What can you tell me about Port Llast?
I'm no common magistrate with idle time to chatter about village life. I'll be happy to discuss the finer points of Port Llast with you when you're no longer a suspected mass murderer.
I'll keep you to that. I should do what I can to clear my name then.
So be it.
And do you know about Black Garius? He seems to be popping up in a lot of my conflicts.
A Luskan archmage of some power. Not someone you want to cross. Like many of the Arcane Brotherhood, Black Garius aspires to rule, regardless of what harm it may cause.
I think you will find that attitude common among most of the Huss Tower, and Garius in particular.
What worries me is that he may succeed.
Why do you say that?
He's amassing power at a pace I dislike. I suspect his brothers are beginning to grow wary of him.
And what makes you think so?
Followers flock to his side like vultures to a battlefield. Two, in particular, keep me awake at night.
And which two are those?
The woman Torio Claven and that giant Lorne.
And so the pretty little circle reveals itself.
Yes, it's
Torio you might
accuses
know
us.
as Luskan's ambassador to Neverwinter. A treacherous snake, that one. The other one, Lorne, lacks Torio's guile, but compensates for it with brute force. He's a savage fighter and extremely good with a blade. I suspect he handles most of Garius's dirty work.
So, Lorne, we've heard that name before, but I'll leave that for the reveal later. And Luskin they are a threat to you as well, I imagine.
Of course. The Luskans would lay claim to our harbor for their warships. Having secured such a prominent location, they could mount a swift attack on Neverwinter. Or Waterdeep, for that matter. They talk
That
of
would
a
be pretty
peaceful
crazy
coexistence,
if they
but
did
I
pull
know
that.
their words to be false. Luskan's difficulties with Ruithim may have come at a fortunate time. As long as Luskan is at war with their island neighbor, they cannot turn their attention elsewhere.
Yeah, if Luskin goes to fight with Waterdeep, they would get smashed so bad. Like, Waterdeep is like 3 times the size and power of Luskin, really. And then you have the whole infighting that, happens with evil people. No, good people can infight too, but, in fantasy, not that much. Alright, so Nya, let's speak with Nya, might have some info, since she has a name. Careful there. Watch the worm sage. I have to tidy up a bit more, but there's never time. Spellcraft. Worm sage. Isn't that a reagent for preventing of undeath? Yes, that's right. You have an eye for the obscure. Does Port Llast have an undead problem? No, it's Ember, a little village to the north of here. The people were slaughtered horribly. If their bodies aren't tended to, they'll return as undead. It's only a matter of time. I've not been to Ember since the massacre, but I heard the bodies are rotting where they fell. Why haven't the bodies been buried then? Ember's in Luskan territory, and the Luskans haven't bothered. Not that I'd expect anything less from a Luskan. Surely you can see that this is a crime. Those corpses mustn't be left to rot, nor should the innocent souls be condemned to torment. Perhaps you could help? You seem a hardy sort. Why are you specifically so concerned about this? It's a long story and certainly not one that would interest you. I still would like to hear it, my lady. Oh, very well. I am in love with the cleric of the Lord of the Dead. I never told him how I left. I didn't realize it until he was gone. How I felt until he left. Yeah. He left Port Llast years ago. I've written countless letters to him and his church superiors, but I've heard nothing. Did he leave because he thought I did not love him? I thought that if I carried out his work, he might hear of it and return. Please, I know you must be thinking you fool, but surely you can see that Ember is dead and deserves to be tended. Will you help? Well, specifically, if it's like the cause of love is in play, of course I am duty bound to help. I will. What must I do? I knew you'd understand. Look here. The worm sage extract is mixed with some other reagents. You need only sprinkle the bodies with this extract, and if any soul remains trapped within their negative energies will be suppressed and they will be free to pass beyond this world. An overly dramatic description and assumptions of properties of souls, but she is correct. Worm sage will serve to fight the necromantic arts. Here, take this bag and sprinkle a pinch of powder on each corpse you find. That should be enough to put the spirits to rest. I'll wait here for your return. Alright, so we have to put the dead to rest for love. So yes, that's definitely what a priest Hot Warden of Soon would be very much focused on. Whoop, hello. Hey, you there! Stop where you are! Is there a problem? The problem is that you massacre the people of Amber. We don't let murderers run loose in Port Llast. Like I have told numerous people, I'm not responsible for what happened. You forgive us if we don't believe a word of what comes out of your mouth. We're going to arrest you for disturbing the peace, and you're going to become violent, and regretfully will be forced to kill you. You're guards charged with protecting Port Llast, correct? An honorable position, if I'm not mistaken. You're damn right it is, and your point? It's also your duty to mete out justice whenever you feel like it. What does it matter? Amber needs justice. My guilt in this will be determined at my trial, not here and not by you. Alright, you can go. Don't think we will be watching you. We won't be watching you though. Hooray, we didn't have to murder a bunch of gods. That would look, once again, really bad on the trial. We already have like dead goth kids on our list of things we are going to have to explain. A bunch of dead gods is not something I look to add to that. So let's look around here. Seems No real named people around here, because yes, we want to have a bit of a... It's not my fault. Okay, you are at least talking... you're talking with the lady. Okay, well, I don't quite care. So let's have a little bit of a chat at the inn. Rest up and then get ready to set off towards Ember. Alright, Falgor, that's a badass name. Welcome to the Alliance Arms. What can I do? What can I help you with? What can you tell me about what happened in Ember? I can tell you plenty, but whether any of it is truth, well, that remains to be seen. Well, what have you heard? Take this rumor. For a start, some folks say that it was beasts from Duskwood that Sir Rafish savaged Ember. Revenge for disturbing their nest or some such. Frankly, I'm inclined to believe that one. I think I'm inclined to believe that one. Probably a typo. Port Llast had a bit of a werewolf problem not long ago. Wouldn't be surprised to me if there's more of them hanging about. I see, what else? There's this Luskin woman sniffing around a while back. According to her, some adventurers strolled into town and slaughtered everyone for chuckles. Nothing but lies can come out of Luskin lips, so you can ignore that one. That's just my opinion, though. I understand, is that all? Then there's Elgin, one of my regulars. He claiming that he was there, saw the whole thing. I wouldn't exactly call him a liar, but he's always talking about his adventures, which conveniently happen when no one else is around. Others other than Elgo, you don't know anyone else who saw what happened? Well, her mama seems to have a guest staying at him nowadays. Yeah, we spoke with her. Where can I find Elgun? Head over to the common fire. He's probably telling a story for the 100th time. Right, so we have another witness, or claims to be witness. So that's tower page. There's Elgun. So let's have a question. I had just learned of my... but what's the voice for him? He has a big beard, kind of like armored stuff.
Well, I had just lined up my arrow on the deer when I heard a growl. I turned there and there was the biggest, blackest wolf I'd ever seen coming right at me. Lucky for me, I had my enchanted dagger with me. With my jaws only inches away from my throat, I lunged, and with a quick twist of my blade, I cut out the beast's heart. Ooh! I was a bit tired after this. It's fun in the Duskwood, so I decided to head to Ember to rest up. That's when I smelled the smoke. I ran as quickly as I could. And what did I see? A village in flames that defends its people, being slaughtered by a cruel and evil man. There were dozens of attackers, heavily armed and aided by foul creatures. Demons, I think. So what did you do? The only thing I could do. I attacked. I cut down 2 of them before they knew I was there. But the others, seeing that I was what a threat I was, they all ganged up on me. I slew several before one of them snuck up from behind and knocked me unconscious. The enemy must have thought me dead because I woke and they were all gone.
Yet hardly a scratch on him. Tale worth for his weight in words, no doubt.
What about Ember? Sadly, I was too late. Everyone was dead, and there was little more I could do, so I returned to Port Llast.
At least you tried, Ilgen. This man is clearly a fool, but it is his audience that concerns me. Such tales could be used against us. We should question Ilgen and see about the facts of his tale.
I haven't seen you around, just passing through.
So you saw what happened at Amber?
I did. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more to stop it.
It's a miracle you survived.
Indeed, Timur must be watching over me that day.
Did you see who led the attack on Amber?
Regretfully I didn't, otherwise I would have been the first I cut down.
Well, I spoke with a survivor, and I heard there was only about a dozen attackers at Amber, nothing mentioned about demons.
A survivor? That is good news. With all the smoke, I'm sure I could have been mistaken. Tricks in the eye and all that.
Now, if you excuse me, farewell for now. He's a slippery one. Let's ask around town, see if anyone can help us shed some light on some of these more flamboyant statements. Right, so asking other people about. But first, let's ask the people of the tavern. Kalindra, that's a nice name. Many pardons, but I have a lot on my mind. Is something wrong? My partner, Bradbury, he's 2 days late for our meeting. He is a northerner and a fool, but he is good with his pick and his wedge and has brought me much silver to my house. I was planning on taking him to Am with me, but I heard him tell valuable ores in Duskwood. So you two are miners?
I am an artisan and a master trader. Strength can mine a quarry, but with wit is needed to fully utilize it. Until Bradbury returns, I cannot leave for Arm, but I cannot find work in this place. These northern folks will not deal with a stranger.
What does Bradbury look like?
He's hard to miss. His hair is bright orange like flame blooms in the desert. If you happen to see him, just tell him I'm waiting.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a pick-up thing. And let's see, last person with a name we need to speak with, that is Mr. Malin, or Lady Malin. Yeah, it's a lady.
You're not from around here. Planning on staying a while, or just passing through?
Just passing through? What can you tell me of this place?
Depends on what you mean. I don't know much about Port Llast, but I could bend your ear about hours about the lands twixt here and Luskan borders. Mostly it's trackless forest, though they say the woods has magical properties. Me, I don't cut down trees, not when there's dryads or worse lurking about. The only place of note in Duskwood is Duskwood Grove, but it's gone strange of late. Used to be deer there, plentiful hunting. Now something's driven away all the deer. Nothing but ferocious beasts and stranger things for miles around the grove. Wait, didn't Elkin say he was hunting deer when Ember was attacked? Unless he was hunting deer that were uncommonly strange and ferocious, I think the man has some explaining to do.
Alright, first hint of he's not speaking the truth. Yes, I'm investigating the murders of Ember.
What to investigate? The village is destroyed and everyone's dead. Could have been brigands or God knows what else. But the Lord's justice won't bring those villagers back to life.
Do you know anyone who might have witnessed the attack on Ember?
Maybe. 3 days ago I was passing south of Duskwood when I spied a column of smoke. I'd say it was coming from the ridge just above the Duskwood Grove. Could have been some travelers stopping by the night, or it could have been someone made a home for themselves. There's a cave up there, good spot for a camp. Either way, the grove is an hour's walk from Ember, maybe less. Whoever's up there may have seen what happened in the village.
I appreciate your help, Melon.
Just watch your back. The grove is not known for being friendly to strangers, and if somebody made a home on that ridge, well, could be they're just crazy. I'd better hope that it's as simple as that.
What brings you to Port Llast then?
I'm fresh from Duskwood Grove. Took a wound from a dire boar, and the beast gave chase, otherwise I'd not stopped in town.
And I think that's about it. So we have some clues about where to investigate in the Duskwood, and probably that's already relates some to this stuff to Elgin.
Oh, back again? I'm sure you can spare. I can spare some time for you.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Ember.
Alright, for sure, alright.
What do you want to know? You said you were hunting deer in Duskwood. Malin says there's no deer to be found there at all.
I saw plenty. I don't know what she's talking about.
Now, if you excuse me. Yeah, So we need to press him a bit further. Does the Tavern Keeper maybe know anything about what happens? There's a woman at the fire. Yeah, So, what have you heard? Go through that. Werewolves. Anything else? Aromas. Yeah, no. Well, next time we'll probably continue this line of questioning of Elgun and then head into the forest, as it seems that the Duskwood is next sign for clues, as well as the village of Ember itself, obviously. So, till then, bye-bye.